So you've seen and you've heard the warning, stay 6 feet away from others, no more than 10 people in a group. But not everyone is listening to those warnings, and it makes us wonder why. So we want to bring this up right now. Blanca Cobb is here to answer some of these questions. Why do people ignore the importance of social distancing?
What happens is people will start evaluating the risk reward, the cost benefit. So what is it they have to give up in order to get versus what are they going to get? So let's go back to the spring breakers in Florida.
Yes.
So a lot of them weren't willing to give up their spring break. Why? Because it was planned, it was anticipated. I'm sure a lot of it was paid for versus the remote possibility that they were going to catch the virus. And they knew it wasn't typical for their age group, and two, the survivability was really strong. So when it's unbalanced, then what's going to happen? That negative is going to win. They're not following the warnings.
Yeah, and here me in the over 40 crowd, I'm like, the risk is much higher than the reward. But
that's right.
You know, there's a different age there.
Right, and there's also that fear factor. Some people are just not scared. They're just not worried. But in the grocery store, people, it's worth it to them that they're going to fight over products because it's that fear, it's that survival instinct that comes out.
All right, so what happens when people don't follow social distancing rules and you're around them? How do you handle that?
It's all in your behavior. And what I mean is, so let's say you and I were really close, Tracy, and I was uncomfortable, then I would literally just take a step back. And it just needs to be subtle. It doesn't need to be dramatic, right? And then if someone were to catch you on it or say something, like you would say, Blanca, why are you moving back? You really believe in that stuff? I could say something like, you know, Tracy, I want to keep you safe. It's very hard to argue with someone when they say, I want to keep you safe.
Right. Yeah, they have good intentions. So speaking of those intentions, what happens when you're irritated when someone doesn't have the best intentions and they keep getting closer and closer and closer to you?
Yeah, that becomes your burden, right? Because you can only modify or control yourself, not somebody else. I say be as nice, as polite as you possibly can be, because we need more niceness, kindness. And then when you get to your car, you get home, find a healthy way to get rid of that stress. Whether you need to yell, stomp your foot, or meditate, whatever it is.
Yeah, or bathe in sanitizer.
Yeah, that's one way of doing it.
All right, this is a great conversation. You can keep it going on Blanca's Facebook page. She's Blanca Cobb, body language expert. Make sure you send her a message and she'll respond to you right away.